Welcome to Ask Me Anything, the show where I answer your actual photography questions using only metaphors, analogies, and comparisons that may or may not make sense, but definitely feel right. Because sometimes understanding comes not from clarity but confusion delivered confidently. What is the best shutter speed for sports? Imagine your camera is a blink. A slow shutter is like falling asleep during a car crash. Everything becomes a blur. A fast shutter, that's like catching someone mid-sneeze with a samurai sword. You freeze time and also regret. What is even ISO? ISO is like coffee strength. Low ISO, that's a delicate espresso, clean, smooth, no grain. ISO, that's a gas station sludge at 2 a.m. It gets the job done, but now everything's jittery and you can't remember why you started. How do I choose the right aperture? Well, aperture is like a gossip circle. A wide aperture like f1.8 lets in secrets from one person, blurs out everyone else. A narrow aperture like f8, that's when you want everyone in the group chat to hear it clearly. Even Steve, who's standing in the back eating crisps. Why are my action shots blurry? Well, because your shutter speed is slower than a grandma in flip-flops crossing a wet floor. You're trying to catch lightning with a feather duster. RAW or JPEG? Well, RAW is a freezer full of unseasoned meat. You have to cook it, but you control the flavor. JPEG is a microwave burrito. It's quick, easy, sometimes kind of sad. What is the best lens for sports? Well, think of lenses like stocking tools, ethically, of course. A wide lens, 24mm, means you're in their personal space. A telephoto, 300mm, that's binoculars from across the field. Creepy, but effective. How do I improve my timing? Well, photographing sports is like catching a toast as it pops up. Too soon? Nothing. Too late? Already airborne. You have to listen for the click, watch the body language, and accept that sometimes you will just photograph crumbs. How do I deal with missed shots? Well, missed shots are like bad dates. You thought it was going well, but then everything blurred and now you're questioning your choices. The trick is take more shots. Swipe right to the next frame. Do I need a monopod? Well, a monopod is like a third leg, not essential, but really helpful when you're tired, overburdened, and trying to look stable while chaos unfolds. Why do my photos look washed out? Well, it's because you're exposing your photos like a Victorian ghost. Too pale, barely visible, full of regret. Your histogram is screaming, but you're not listening. What's the best white balance for sports? White balance is like ordering food in a country you've never been to. Auto might work, or you'll end up with some fluorescent soup. Choose daylight or custom if you want to stop your photos from looking like a zombie in a wedding. Should I use burst mode all the time? Burst mode is like playing the lottery. You buy 10 frames hoping one hits, and usually you just get noise, blur, and someone blinking like they saw their tax return. How can I improve my focus accuracy? Think of your camera focus system like a moody teenager. If you don't give it clear instructions, it's gonna zone out and focus on the wrong thing, like the crowd, the grass, or someone's elbow. What setting should I start with football? Well, start like you're preparing for a storm. Shutter speed is your umbrella, 1,000 of a second. Aperture, your coat, f2.8 to f4. And ISO is the friend who forgot theirs and now you have to compensate. What does image stabilization actually do? It's like having a tiny digital butler inside your lens, holding your camera steady while you panic. It won't stop motion blur from fast subject, but it will make your hands feel slightly less like they're powered up by caffeine and anxiety. Why are my sports photos noisy? Well, because your ISO is shouting. And the more it shouts, the more grain shows up like digital dandruff. Your camera is basically saying, listen, I'm doing my best, but it's dark here and I'm scared. What is back button focus and why should I care? It's like putting the steering wheel on a different part of the car. Weird at first, but once you get it, it feels right. You separate focusing from shooting, so your camera stops trying to multitask like a distracted raccoon. Do megapixels matter? They matter like shoe size. Too small and your photos feel cramped. Too big and you're carrying unnecessary bulk. You'll crop later anyway. What does fast glass mean? Well, fast glass is slang for a wide maximum aperture like f2.8 or lower. It's not faster, it just lets in more light, like a party host who opens all the windows and yells, "Come in!" during a blackout. Why does my camera keep hunting for focus? Well, it's confused. Like a dog chasing two tennis balls. Too little contrast, not enough light, or you vested to track a blur in a blur while your settings whisper, I have no idea what I'm doing. Do I need two camera bodies? Well, having two cameras is like wearing two watches. You won't look cooler, but you'll always know what time it is for wide and tight shots. Also, one can break and you can cry slightly less. What's the best way to shoot team celebrations? Okay, so think of yourself like a wildlife photographer spotting rare birds. Stand back, let them come to you, and don't startle them. And for the love of light, don't chimp mid-hug. How many photos should I take during a match? Well, as many as it takes to make your editing software cry. A typical match should yield anywhere between 500 to 1500 images. Most of them will be trash, but in that trash, gold. Well, probably. If you have learned something today, congratulations. If you learned nothing, but at least you laughed once, hey, still a win. Leave your questions in the comments. The more absurd, the better. Next episode, I might compare autofocus modes to dating styles. Till next time, take it easy, guys. Stay safe.